human future, a case for Oh, thank you for the heart. I love you too. I love you too. Okay, the human future, a case for optimism. Is it possible to believe that all the human mind has ever accomplished is but the dream before the awakening? H.G. Wells. Ooh. When I was a kid, I used to want to be all sorts of things. Like, I love the stars. I wanted to be an astronaut, ballerina, chef, a race car, NASCAR driver. I wanted to be all sorts of things. A gymnast.
Humanity is at a tipping point.
Yeah.
We stand at a crossroads of accelerating change unlike anything ever seen in the history of life. It feels as if the future could tip either way. Between utopia and apocalypse. The risks we face are daunting. But beneath the rampant pessimism for our future is evidence that humanity can not only survive the coming centuries, but thrive deep into the future. No one knows what comes next, but there are three broad paths our future could take. The first is collapse.
Like WALL-E.
A major catastrophe threatens the downfall of civilization and possibly even extinction of the human race. Second is plateau, where mankind averts collapse but hits an upper limit of progress. And third is transcendence, where humanity reaches its full potential, multiplies into the trillions, or transforms along the way into something entirely unimaginable. Envisioning these futures will clarify the risks we face and the promise we have as we step into an unpredictable new era for planet Earth and for ourselves.
Like, it's so interesting to think about, but it's legitimately terrifying. Like, okay, when you think
Mankind is no stranger to catastrophe. Our ancestors have survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, supervolcano eruptions, and deadly plagues, each time bouncing back to new heights. But our biggest threats no longer come from the natural world. They come from ourselves.
But do they? I mean, it does.
Since the dawn of nuclear weapons, the threats of self-destruction have come to dwarf all others. By some estimates, the risk of causing our own extinction is over 300 times higher than extinction by natural causes.
Make me louder? Yeah. Let's see if putting that closer helps. And I'll turn this down a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure there's no double audio, because my speaker, I don't have headsets in my computer. I have a speaker in my computer. So you'll like hear it on my microphone. So let me do a test run.
The Future of Life Institute identifies
Do you hear
four
the
main
video
risks
in the
to
mic?
our survival. Nuclear
Here,
war,
that's-
but our biggest threats no longer come from the natural world.
Okay, bet.
They come from ourselves.
I've never said it before on this channel, but I do say it to my friends and sometimes to my family. Well, I've definitely said this to my family, but never like in detail, in depth. I hate people. I love you, And I love like anybody who supports me. I want to make a community where like we're all together and it's fun, and like we're one big happy family where we can get away from the world's problems. But it's because I hate people. I hate people so much. Like, humanity nowadays is just disgusting. It really is. When you go to think about it, it's the things nowadays that people do to kids and that everything is turned into. Like, I used to think that it was just we grew up and so the world wasn't as colorful. But at the same time, it's gotten so much worse. Like, I think the peak time where humanity was somewhat okay is like 2010, 2016. But even then, like, I think America was in like an active recession at the time. And so, like, I don't know. I was a kid then. But like looking back at it, like internet wise, people wise, like the world wasn't disgusting like it is nowadays. Like, really, Earth's greatest downfall is going to be humanity. Like, it really is.
Since the dawn of nuclear weapons, the threats of self-destruction have come to dwarf all others. By some estimates, the risk of causing our own extinction is over 300 times higher
Well,
than
watching
extinction by
suggestions is how
natural
you get
causes.
followers and people who come back.
The Future of Life Institute identifies 4 main risks to our.
And I actually kind of liked, again, I watched the trailer. I liked it. We made a deal. We bargained. You're more than likely going to come back and recommend another video, which means I have another video to watch and more videos to make content. And I have somebody to chill and talk to. And then, yeah, bada book, bada boom. It's a whole transaction. And I made a new friend. So, yeah, because I'm parasocial like that. You're mine now. Hang on. You're mine now. You thought you could leave? You thought? You're mine. Thank you.
Survival, nuclear war, climate change, biotechnology, and AI. To comprehend the gravity of these risks, we have to envision their worst possible outcomes. The soot from a large-scale nuclear war could cool global temperatures by nearly 10 degrees and wipe out up to 63% of the population.
Damn.
We have made strides in reducing nuclear stockpiles, but there are nearly 10,000 warheads still in existence.
Aren't like half of them missing?
Currently, we are on track to heat the Earth by around 2.7 degrees by 2100, which could displace over 1 billion people.
That's terrifying.
But in the worst case, we could trigger CO2 tipping points and cause up to 12 degrees of warming in the coming centuries.
I thought before was terrifying. Everything is red now.
Biotechnology has the potential to solve major crises like food scarcity and disease, but could give small groups of people the power to cause global disaster. In theory, the release of a designer pathogen could have an even higher death toll than a global nuclear war. But the hardest risk to gauge stems from AI.
I fucking
It's the
hate
first
AI.
threat we face that we may not be able to outsmart. It could become a powerful ally. Or it
Let me
could
rephrase
ultimately
that.
outcompete us for the world's...
Before this gets clipped out of context. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think there's certain uses for AI. Like, here, this is gonna sound so wrong, but again, it all goes down to consent. Like, I guess if you're willing to put your art into AI and do that, like your own art, that's one thing. But like, I do not condone stealing art, putting it into AI, and making it your own. I do not condone using AI to like, I mean, it's going to sound wrong when I say this, but like, replace people. Because there's certain places where you could replace people with AI, but like doctors, I don't want a robot doctor. What happens if it malfunctions and it ends up like taking my heart instead of my kidney or something like that? Like, I don't know. Like, it should take, and I don't want to say take jobs either because like people need money to survive, but like people shouldn't be living to work. They should really have to work to live. Exactly. Like, doctors should not replace machines. Like, not, that came out wrong. AI should not replace important people, like, who actively deal with life or death. But, like, using it for art, like, there's a certain saying. What was it? We should be using AI to work so we can live to make art, not using AI to make art so we can live to work. Does that make sense? Like, I fucking hate AI. And the fact that I'm trying to upgrade computer parts and the only parts I need is RAM, and RAM is fucking expensive. An AK, what was it? It was either an AK-47 or an AR-15. I think it's the AR. But an AR-15 is cheaper to get than RAM. Like 2 sticks of RAM. Do you know how wild that is? Back to the video. I'm sorry.
Resources and push humanity into obscurity. Navigating this new risk landscape will be the biggest challenge we have yet faced. And new unknown threats are bound to materialize the more we progress.
What do you mean?
But despite the potential for large-scale human tragedy, few of these risks on their own are likely to lead to our total extinction. In fact, we may be one of the least endangered species on Earth.
No, there's way too many fucking people on Earth.
Our sheer numbers and broad distribution have given us a geographical buffer against extinction. We inhabit every corner of the Earth, from desert to tundra and tiny isolated islands, which could act as natural quarantines in case of global disaster. Even if 99.9% of humans were eliminated in some catastrophe, 8 million of us would remain.
Seriously?
More than existed for most of our history. And although we are slow to reproduce, we no longer rely on the glacial pace of natural selection to adapt.
That is... I never realized
Technology
that.
gives us the power to adapt thousands of times faster than any other species in the history of life. Lastly, our generalist diets allow for a wide flexibility in food sources, a trait that was critical to survivors of past mass extinction.
Could just be because I live in Florida, like in America, and like, I don't know, man. Like, it's cheaper to get fast food than it is to get like actual produce from the grocery store. Like, yes, you can get produce, and yes, you can get like food and like frozen meals, but like, it's cheaper to get a frozen dinner and have it for a couple days than it is to make something from scratch and it go bad in 3 days. Like, you have to like physically rely on frozen food or fast food or just anything like that in order to just survive. Like, I remember I got avocados and cucumbers, and like a week or two later, not even, like, I went to go make something with them, and they were like crunchy and black and like bad. And I could not believe it because I had them in the proper containers and everything. And it was just bad. Hmm? Yeah, after only 2 weeks. Hang on, my model's not tracking. I gotta recalibrate. Oh, my neck. Oh, hang on, I got. Oh, come on. Oh, my bad. Yeah, after like 2 or 3 weeks, it was bad. And they were like mold, like the cucumbers were white. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe it was bad because I was going to make tzatziki, which is like a Greek yogurt dip. And then I like to take avocados, and actually I'll eat just avocados raw. I'm kind of weird like that. But I'll take avocados and cucumbers and tomatoes, and I'll make like a little salt salad with it. And it's so good. It's so good. Like, people put olive oil with it, and I'll put vegetable oil because it's usually what I've got. Or lemon juice. That's so good too. But like, even then, everything I just listed would have been like $5. And it's cheaper to go spend that $5, and I can either go get 5 frozen meals. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is it 2:30 in the morning? Okay, let's go.
Ultimately, the threat of collapse hinges on one question.
I'm sorry, my lovey.
How resilient is civilization? How big of a hit can we take and keep going?
I think we just need to get wiped
The
out by
Black
the
Death of
asteroids, like the dinosaurs.
1347 killed up to half the population of Europe and 1/10 of people globally. But even this did not derail human progress, and it was followed by the scientific revolution just 200 years later. The same proportional hit today would wreak havoc on our interconnected global economy. But as long as our infrastructure and knowledge remained, we could still rebound and maintain an upward momentum. If we suffered a collapse steep enough to extinguish global industry, it would make for a much longer, more precarious recovery. And if we somehow lost the capability for agriculture and were pushed back to hunter-gatherer lifestyles, the Earth could only support 10 million of us. Our population as it was 100 centuries ago.
I could smoke a nice blunt right
At
there.
minimum, there would need to be between 100 and 5,000 survivors to successfully repopulate the Earth. Below that level, the bottleneck would be too tight, and we might never recover. To comprehend what's at stake, we have to confront what extinction would actually mean.
Well, wouldn't it mean like apocalypse?
Our greatest threat comes not from a single disastrous event, but from the compounding effects of disasters that overlap and mix together in unpredictable ways.
Well, because it would be a cause and effect. Like, that's how cause and effect works.
In
And the
2009,
butterfly
two
effect.
researchers conducted a thought experiment to see what it would take to drive humanity to complete extinction. Phase 1 sees a rapid crash in human population from global warfare and collapse of global industry and agriculture. Phase 2 sees the exhaustion of remaining natural resources over the following 2 centuries. And Phase 3 envisions a downward spiral of ecosystem collapse, punctuated by a supervolcano eruption, leaving the last remaining bands of humanity unable to cling on any longer.
I'm sorry to pause again. I'm gonna try really, really, really hard not to pause too many times because I know you're tired. But like, how are we not extinct already? He's gotten 11 minutes into this video, and I could think of so many like catastrophes. And this could be because I'm not informed, but like, how are we not extinct already? I'm sorry.
Such an outcome would not only be tragic for the loss of life, but for the loss of future potential life. Billions or even trillions of our potential descendants would never materialize. Distant planets would go unexplored. It would mark the end of music, poetry, and art in our corner of the galaxy, and possibly in the entire universe.
But we don't know the universe. There's still so much left unexplored. I mean, there's still so much we don't even know about our own ocean. And honestly, there's things that we ignore about our ocean. Like, if we ignore the ocean, why should we go out into, like, past our solar system? Like, honestly, we shouldn't even be going out there. Like, that's far beyond our mental capabilities to understand. I missed all the text he said. I'm so sorry. No. Time will shape us into something new. What would be the higher species? Because isn't like humans like evolved from monkeys? And so I mean, why isn't he ever done to safeguard our... Oh, why?
The Svalbard Global Seed Bank in Norway now holds a...
Oh my god. 20 messages? Please refrain from sending long messages. Why were you timed? I don't care if you send paragraphs. I can't do it. I thought I could, but I can't. Okay, The ocean is a soup. I will agree with you. The ocean is a soup.
Over 1 million seed specimens for over 4,000 species of plant, which could someday be a critical resource for rebuilding civilization.
I'll fix the long messages.
But there's an even better place to build a vault like this.
Because I can't listen to Streamlabs at the moment. I'm so sorry.
Really wanna talk to you.
That is a cheesy little baby. Yummy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
Tired of changing your role? Upgrade to the Charmin Forever roll. And go up to 1 month before changing your role.
That should not have happened because I'm a rambler too, so I totally understand
And a premium
super long paragraph messages, but I changed my settings right before I started streaming.
There's only 2 days left to save at Firestone's
Like,
Epic Savings
I don't
event.
mean to be
Schedule an
super
appointment
apologetic,
today.
but I am so
I've had this
sorry.
fight me since the very start.
I always wanted more. I went back to school at 39.
I can't skip these
32,
ads.
42.
I'm sorry. I
And
would
now
if
my
I could.
skills Match my drive. At
You know,
Capella
it's not
University,
me.
we help you catch what you're chasing. What can't you do?
Okay.
Some have proposed
I know, I have
lunar
a robot
arcs that would
thingy.
store genetic
I'll fix it
samples
after.
in lava tubes beneath the moon's surface.
It's something I did right before stream.
Here, they would be protected from global disaster, erosion, micrometeorites, and solar radiation. But the best way to secure our long-term survival is to take the leap that no other life form has ever taken. To become a multiplanetary species.
That would be cool. Although, I saw this theory that said that
Once a
Elon Musk
self-sustaining
was doing
civilization
everything
is
here on
established
Earth
on another
because
planet,
he's trying to see
the
if it would
chances
work
of our
on
extinction
Mars.
will plummet.
And with how everything is failing
We will
here on
carry our
Earth, I
flaws
think it
with
would
us.
fail on Mars too.
And we will face new and unknown risks the further we stray from Earth. But it will be worth it. A sustainable interplanetary civilization will be the foundation for a long and prosperous future. But is this higher future actually in reach? Or are we at the peak of our powers?
Honestly, I think we're gonna hit like uploaded
How far can we
intelligence
go?
before we hit interplanet travel.
In theory, it's possible that civilization will hold the status quo for the indefinite future, avoiding both collapse and transformation. There could be unforeseen barriers that keep us in a kind of uneasy stasis. But in reality, plateau will be a temporary state at best. In the short term, exponential changes in technology and Earth's climate will force civilization into new directions. And the further we push into the future, the greater the disruptions we will face. In the next few 100,000 years, we are due to face supervolcano eruptions and a new ice age, even if we burn every ounce of fossil fuels and bake the Earth. Without active climate management, the glaciers will have their revenge, as mile-thick sheets of ice
That I do
steamroll
not
huge
know.
swaths of North America and Europe. It's believed that around every 27 million years, Earth experiences a cyclical mass extinction caused by the sun passing through the asteroid-dense middle region of our galaxy. And around 1 billion years from now, the brightening of the sun will make Earth too hot for photosynthesis, and the oceans will slowly boil away, snuffing
but how do
out
we
all
know
life on our
this?
planet.
Like, I am just a high
Modern
school graduate,
civilization will not survive these
And a
events
college
without a
dropout.
deep transformation.
but how do we know this?
One option will be to let nature run its course on Earth and move to off-world habitats. Bishop rings are circular megastructures that could house over 1 billion people.
Bishop rings, you said?
They could provide over 3 million square kilometers of land, as much as India or Argentina. They could be built with lightweight carbon nanotubes, and their rotation would generate enough gravity to hold their own atmosphere.
But this is all in theory, right? Like, this is all just a theory. None of this is, like, actually confirmed.
But if we decide to stay earthbound, we are not at the mercy of our planet. We have the power to write its future. Despite all the dangers we face, utopian futures are well within reach. and sooner than we might think.
But I thought they were all in the past already. Like, honestly, I think we're de-evolutionizing rather than evolution, like, evolving. Groot, go get in your bed.
To our
I'm
ancestors,
sorry to pause again. I gotta
our
go switch
current
my dogs.
powers
Groot, go get in your bed. Sorry.
would appear godlike. But everything we have achieved so far may pale in comparison to what comes next. Since the Industrial Revolution, technological progress has been radically improving the human condition in every critical way. Worldwide, quality of life is at an all-time high. We don't perceive these positive trends as clearly due to our negativity bias, which evolved to make us extra attentive to negative information. But the forward momentum is undeniable. Our course correction to a sustainable civilization now appears unstoppable.
I'm writing down
The
notes.
costs of solar and wind energy are falling faster than expert predictions, making them often cheaper than fossil fuels. At the same time, converging advancements in AI and biotech are pointing toward a radical enhancement of human well-being. Already, projects like AlphaFold are discovering structures of pathogens and treatments for cancer far faster than humans could. There are over 10,000 diseases that are caused by single gene mutations, and gene editing tools like CRISPR have the potential to cure all of them.
Isn't that, like,
These
down
upward trends are multiplying the human potential many
I
times
feel
over.
so stupid. I'm not even gonna lie.
We are now the healthiest, wealthiest, freest, most educated, most advanced population of humans to ever exist. If these trends hold, we could gain the power to regenerate limbs, eliminate all disease, and possibly extend our lifespans indefinitely, putting us on the brink of the most radical transformation in our history.
But haven't humans already looked at trying to have, like, regrow limbs from starfish and lizards? Like, haven't we
Achieving
already
these
tried and
breakthroughs
failed?
will require technological leaps that the human mind alone cannot make. But already, NASA has begun to use AI to design mission hardware, outperforming human designs by a factor of 3. It's also being pioneered in the development of cleaner biofuels and drought-resistant crops, which could be critical in the fight against climate change.
Okay.
And this is just the start. We are witnessing the beginning of an intelligence explosion, which could lead to an artificial superintelligence that far exceeds human capabilities, able to solve complex problems that have defied humanity. Aligning it to human values will be a huge and novel challenge,
I have to keep reminding myself that this
but it
is
will
like
be a vital
future
step,
stuff.
not just for the enormous prosperity it could bring,
Hundreds of thousands of years in the
but to
future.
counter the threat of malicious AIs.
Maybe?
A safely aligned superintelligence should be a prime objective for human progress. If we can safely harness the power of AI for human betterment, then we can paint a utopian future our ancestors could hardly fathom. A future free of disease and hunger, where biotechnology has stabilized the climate and biodiversity. Where abundant clean energy is developed in concert with AI. Where breakthroughs in rocketry and materials science have propelled humans to distant planets and moons. and where new tools for artistic and musical expression open new frontiers of beauty, experience, and understanding. And all of this could be just the prologue to an even grander future.
I feel like that's how Earth was supposed to look instead of all the construction and disgustingness that we've had now. Like I said it earlier in the video today, like Florida there's too many buildings, it's too crowded.
If our energy use continues its exponential growth, we could eventually control more energy than the Earth itself receives, becoming a Type 1 civilization. A recent study shows this could occur as soon as the year 2371. And by maintaining 3% yearly growth, we would reach Type 2 in just a few thousand years, able to control all the energy from the sun. If our species survives until the death of the sun in 5 billion years, it could lead to the existence of some 600 quadrillion people. And by colonizing space, vastly more still could come into existence. Something like 100,000 trillion people in the Milky Way.
Why would it be... Wait, did he just say what I think he just said? Like, is that a real number? Hang on, I gotta Google this. I am so sorry. I, like, legitimately need to Google. Is a 100 trillion a number? I guess it can. Jesus. Okay.
But the farther we spread into space and time, the more different we will become.
Don't forget to hydrate.
It's possible that we will splinter into multiple species,
Oh, that would be so
each
cool.
with a different tolerance for change.
Do you think that's how we're gonna end up with our mythical creatures?
Some may
in the
choose
future?
to merge
Like
with our
elves
machines
and
into a new
fish
hybrid
people?
species, rejecting natural
I mean, mermaids
selection in
exist.
favor of technological evolution. While others may choose to remain fully biological. This splintering would mark the first time since the Neanderthals that more than one human-like species walked the Earth. And if we ever come to digitize our consciousness, human identity could branch into an infinite number
True.
of varieties.
I think we'll go extinct before we could. But I still feel like it would be cool. Sorry to pause
we
again. I
grow
think this will
into
be the
new,
last time
more
I pause since there's only like 10 minutes left. But I did want to have like some silence in the background so I can make a nice little clip. I do believe that Earth and like humanity and everything goes through a cycle, right? And I personally believe, oh, pardon me. I personally believe it's like one of those stories where it like repeats over and over and over again. And so like you evolve, you devolve, you evolve, you devolve. And like there's always that short period of you go extinct, everything resets, and then you restart and go over. So like not necessarily will restart, like live again as this, but like reincarnation or like the deja vu or everything that we like we feel in the timelines, quote unquote. I personally believe it's just the Earth starting over and over and over and over again. This is called quantum immortality. What he's talking about or what I'm talking about? This is just a random thing I think in my brain. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand half of what he's saying. But it is very interesting. I love watching these kinds of videos. Like, I have a Discord where you can recommend videos and whatnot into, like, video recommendations. And I actually need a stockpile. So if you just want to, like, splurge, recommend, go for it. Let me go switch my dogs one more time, and then we can finish this video. Because we are almost done. Okay.
Full forms, we will eventually have to confront a profound question. What is our ultimate purpose in the universe?
Sore nose? Use puffs.
I could have just
They have
used
50%
the
more
ad
lotion than
break.
Food-sensitive noses.
You think you're safe?
Personally, I believe Earth just like restarts and kind of starts over again, and we go through you know, we evolve, and then we evolve, and then we devolve, and then we evolve. And it's just a cycle. Over and over and over again.
As part of the team behind us, it allows us to focus on all the creative aspects and allowed for more time for the parts I love about our business.
Chevy Silverado, an available Super Cruise.
Okay. Back to the yeah,
we could aim
that's
for the
what
lofty
I mean.
goal of colonizing
Maybe
the
not the
entire
Earth,
galaxy,
but the universe itself,
of
like the
becoming
Big
a Type
Bang.
3 civilization
That's
and
what I mean.
reordering the Milky Way to our own designs. We could aim to outlive
Because,
the
like, if everything, like, if we can't even see the sun until, like, 7 or 13 minutes later, or whatever it is, like, honestly, I think we're living our last 7 seconds, quote unquote, and it's just over and over and over again, but different. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
stars themselves in some 100 trillion years. But these far-off dreams are not for us to realize. If they are ever achieved, it will be by some distant descendant of ours, evolved far beyond their human roots.
That looks like some creature from Alien.
Instead, perhaps humanity's ultimate
Just a
goal
little.
should be a more personal one. To save the Earth, the little rocky planet where it all began. By pulling Earth away from the expanding sun, we could prolong the game of life by billions of years.
True.
This could
Or
be
we
done
freeze
by
us.
building a giant conductive counterweight on the far side of the moon.
Okay. I kind of see what they're cooking with.
The process would take millions of years. But it would be a truly worthy goal. To offset the destruction we have caused and keep life flourishing for eons more. A final act of redemption for humanity.
No future is guaranteed. That is true. Even the most optimistic futures will bring deep injustices and suffering. That is also true. But to despair for our future is to ignore our history and our exceptionalism. Oh my god. Why did you make me watch this today? Our resiliency will protect us. Our intelligence will propel us. Motherfucker, you got me actually in my feelings, and I know this isn't, like, supposed to be, like, super deep. Optimism is not only justified, it's a weapon for fight for a higher— Fuck you, man! Are you kidding me? Lock in, Dumpling! Okay. Because I've been slacking off and being a bitch. Maybe I did need to see this video. Thank you. Well, you can always
Only
watch
the
the
worst
rest
case
of it on
scenarios can
YouTube.
stop us. If we can avoid them, we have the potential to seed a vast new branch of life.
Have a good evening. You can always watch the rest of the video on YouTube at Mary Jane Studios. That's all of my socials. And again, if you want to recommend more videos, you can go into the Discord and there's a video recommendation. Just make sure it's nothing like graphic or anything like that. And yeah, have a good evening.
That could outgrow Earth itself and spread across the universe. If there is one lesson our history can teach us, it's to never underestimate the human race.
Okay. That was good. That was good. Chat. Oh, they're already gone, but that was a good video. I won't lie. That was good. I didn't understand half of it, but I feel like I learned a lot. That was good. Thank you. Fuck me, man. Guys, we're doomed. Like, we're doomed. Just in general, we are doomed. Like, I don't even know how to say it, bro. Like, that's all I can say is just, we're fucking doomed. We're doomed, man. We'll finish up the credits. Give them all the credit. That was a good one. Thank you. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Next one.